Mom! 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 Where are you? You got a beautiful room. These doors aren't even, they're glass. That's not gonna do anything. Sigga literally just goes the steps.
That's cool.
She's crazy.
Yo, it's the Rap Radar Podcast. My name is B-Dot.
Elliot Wilson.
Yo, we're back in Georgia, Elliot.
Ooh, they can't keep us away, man.
Yes, sir. We're here at the Yachty Estates to talk to our man, Lil Yachty, making his
Lil Yachty.
debut on the Rap Radar Podcast.
First time on the Rap Radar Pie.
Hopefully it's not the last.
And man, let's start here, man. Alternative album, he switched the style up. You gotta give him his props, man. The redhead kid from the SoundCloud era 2016,
Yep.
man. Lots changed since then, right, B-Dot?
Yes, sir. A lot has changed, but Yachty's still the same, man. He's putting out new music that you gotta respect, man.
Let's check it out, man. We so excited to be invited here in Georgia, man. We're gonna chop it up with Lil Yachty. He ain't really talked about the album yet,
Yes,
right?
he talked about that. No, has he talked about his contributions on that Drake project?
That Her Loss, man. Yachty was major force in that Her Loss album, man. Shout out Drake, shout out Savage. Let's get into it, man. But let's start. Here's what it's about.
Yes, sir.
Lil Yachty, Atlanta, Georgia. Let's get into it, man. Rap Radar Podcast.
Hey, man, we back in Atlanta, man.
Yes, sir.
Invited by the man himself, Lil Yachty.
What's poppin'?
Boat,
Hello.
Lil Bo, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
you're making your debut on the Rap Radar
I
Podcast.
am.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
I've been scared to come around these type of things. It's not really my crowd, but
That's what I'm trying to say about you. It's like you're gonna tease this amazing album, this Let's Start Here. You're gonna tease it for a while. Say you're going a new direction, alternative album, psychedelic. You're gonna say all that, hype us up, give us the album, and then you don't do no interviews.
I have like 9,000 interviews. So like, I just feel like I feel like I have the most out of everyone from my generation. I think I spoke the most. I just feel like shit. Maybe I should step back a bit.
But you can't step back with this album because it's so different, such a push. And like you said, I think you said it's like, to you, it represents like a whole new chapter of your career, right?
Yeah, but you know the thing is, I feel like people give too much now. I feel like that's why stars aren't as big as they used to be, because you know everything, and if there's anything you don't know, you can just go look it up. There's no surprise, you know? Like people back in the day, you know, I feel like people only gave you what they wanted you to see, you know, which left so much more element for surprise, you know? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's just people, it's just everything is out there now. If you're curious what somebody is, you could just check, see, you could find out where a celebrity is right now. Oh, he in LA, they just posted on their story. Oh, they in London, you know what I'm saying? Like you could, it's not like,
Yeah.
Too much
Yeah.
access.
yeah, you know, and I feel like I'm very guilty of that. Like I was, beginning of my career, I was very open, just whatever you want to know, I'm
On
open book.
Twitch, on everything.
Yeah, whatever,
really.
I'm open book, whatever. I'm Twitch, 2017 I was on Twitch, you know what I'm saying? So like, just open, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I think, but it does hinder it hinders your stardom.
What is it like to fall back and then see like it has gotten the embracement that I think you wanted, right? Like you put this project out, you had said like you want people to look at you more serious as an artist, and it seems like that's what the reception's been. So what has it been like to kind of fall back and watch people consume the project?
It's cool, but I still feel like it's work to be done, you know? I want to talk about that for a second, because there was this conversation on the internet after I said that, and people took it as me trying to say like, oh, I hate when rappers say I want to be taken serious as an artist, as if I was saying that that like rap isn't like being like, you're not serious if you're a rapper. That's not what I meant. But me specifically, I do more than rap, you know? For a long time in my career, I wanted to be taken serious as a rapper, and I said that, and so I would go try and do radio interviews or freestyles or whatever just because I wanted that. I did Michigan Boy Boat. You know, like I did things like, that's when I was trying to prove a rapper, you know, and I'm past that. Now I'm proving I'm an artist, you know. But people, it's so crazy in music when you can do so many things, but people skip like if people don't follow you, you know, they have no clue of a history. So when they do start following you, they just completely write off whatever you've done beforehand. And no one actually does homework or care enough to go look back. It's just what they see, you know, so it's be irritating. But I never wrote off being a rapper as like not being taken serious or not being as big as other genre musicians or any of that. I just specifically myself, not speaking on no one else or the genre, wanted to be taken serious as an artist.
I saw you tweeted, you say you wanted to be respected as an artist. Do you
Right.
feel like you weren't being respected before?
I've always felt like I wasn't being respected as an artist, as a rapper, just in general. which is true. I mean, we could act like it's not true, but it's true. You know, I came in a generation where it was new, you know, and people hated us because not only were we fucking killing everything, you know,
Out the
like
gate,
shitting on everybody, you know, making the most money, whatever. We were different, and we weren't afraid of it, you know, and it was a period of time where hip hop wasn't as nice, you know, as friendly, as colorful, as carefree as it's becoming. I remember coming in, niggas was gangster, you know, and hardcore and tough and street, and that's what it was, and that's what it had always been, you know, until we knocked on the door and said, hey, we're here, you know, and it was a tough thing for a lot of hip hop purists to accept for a long time until like we just like weren't going away, you know. It was trying to get wrote off as, you know, we were one hit wonders at first to everyone, and like, oh, after a year this shit'll fade, you know, and we're still here 7 years later. So I think it's become more, also the internet, you know, being is how it is now. I think everything has just come around to a different time period. But now I don't think I've ever really been respected until maybe now, you know. And it's, I never cried over it. Like I was just saying when I was shooting, respect is earned, right? So like I wasn't like, oh, why don't y'all respect me? I was okay, I'll earn it. I've always had that mindset. I've never felt like I was deserving of whatever. Like, all right, cool, I get that. You know, I may not be tomorrow, may not be this album. When I get it. You know,
but I saw that you tweeted that you're grateful for the response for the album, right? Like, what are some of those reactions that you weren't expecting?
It's nothing I wasn't expecting. Okay. You know, I fully expected it because it is what it is. You know, like the body of work it's great. You know, like I can say that full with my chest out. You know, because I'm so confident in it, which I've never been able to say before about anything I've done. So but just to see it in real time is great because, like I said, I get a lot of hate, which I don't give a fuck about. But like, you become accustomed to it, and it just becomes a part of like everyday routine. So like, when like you do something that you've been doing for 7 years, and the response is polar opposite. I mean, just like, even from like I've had people love my music, but just to the way people are responding, like they give me deep details and like just thanking me and like, man, it's just like all these things that I'm just like, I'm not really used to. So I'm appreciative. And I'm never too big or too like cool to thank somebody and or appreciate something, you know, because like it wasn't an easy album to make. You know, it took a lot of effort and work and time, and so for people to appreciate it and respect it, and even if you didn't like it, you know, but like just like take the time. I'm appreciative because, like I said, it wasn't easy and it took a lot of time.
What was that process like for you?
Oh, it was different than anything I've ever did. You know, it took 6 months to make. I did in Brooklyn. It was hectic. You know, I did it with these 5 white guys in a real small studio in Greenpoint, and it was like a fucking magic rock, man. We did every day for 6 months from like 1 p.m. to 6 a.m. Straight. 6 months, you know, and then another 6 months after that of mixing.
Wow.
So like a good year, but as far as creating the project, it was a strong 6 months every single day for like, I'm telling you, it was like a 1 to 6 a.m. schedule. It just became something I was amped on, you know, but at the same time, in real life, I knew like that I had this integrity because I knew that the project I was making was so different from anything I've ever done.
Yeah.
Right. So like with that being said in my mind, I had to tell myself, okay, well, I know where I want to pivot. And originally the album was supposed to come out way earlier than it did because it had been done. So I started telling myself, well, I gotta fall back on shows because I haven't dropped any music, and I know I wanted a new look, just new everything. So if I keep getting in people's face dropping rap music or doing shows, then it's gonna be weird, you know. So I fell back, did a year, did no shows, which was hard because I did nothing, you know. I was in the house.
On the table.
Yeah, I did nothing. I did that. So, but just because of my integrity, like I know what I'm about to drop, I know I'm about to pivot, I know what I want to do, and obviously you can't book shows, you know, telling people, oh, you know, I'm about to do this. Who's gonna know if it's any good or not, you know, or believe me? So like I just had to stand my back up and like I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm about to do, and then drop it. I know everything will come, and that's what happened. You know, all these I'm getting booked left and right everywhere, so it's cool, you know. But it was a long year. Also finding myself and just trying to figure out because I knew what I wanted to do, but I damn sure did not know how to do it.
Yeah.
So it
It's
took a
kind of
lot.
the album you always wanted to make it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, of course. Just because it's just different. You know, like I'd be so keen on like, I want to stand on the, if everyone's standing on the right, I want to stand on the left, you know, just because like no one thinks for themselves. And that's cool, that's fine, but I got a brain and I use it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I want to do what I want to do, you know? And I didn't know, I mean, I knew that it was good. I didn't know if people would like it, but I knew it was good, you know? Like I knew I stood on it, you know, and I was confident about it. And it's not no shit that I'd be like, oh, man, I hate this song. Like I knew I liked every song, loved every song, you know? And I know I put my actual heart into it. And I actually had something to do with it from start to finish.
So who are these 5 white boys in Greenpoint, Brooklyn that battery in your back?
Man, it's Sad Pony, which is, you got Justin Raisin, Jeremiah Raisin, they brothers. You got Patrick Wimberly, Jake Portrait. That was 5.
Okay.
Yeah, those guys. One of them over there. Yeah, they're great, man. They were really, really intelligent guys, and they were able to take my vision and I, because I know what I want, but I don't have the best music theory. So like I'm not the best at completely saying what I'm trying to say, but they all could like articulate what I was trying to get out every time, and we were able to bring it to life, which was great because sometimes I know what I want so bad when it comes to music, but I don't know exactly, like I don't know notes and all those kind of things to say it, but I were able to, we worked together seamlessly and we really brought it to life.
So were they like feeding you music that you weren't familiar with?
No,
or?
not,
Okay.
I mean, we played music, but I listened to this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so like it was like, this is my world. All my references came from me. You know, every reference that I did came from, every reference on this album was something that I was listening to, what I was fucking with, what I was into, you know, for sure.
So even with the album title, like what do you mean by Let's Start Here?
Let's Start Here was like, I changed the album like 6 times, the title,
yeah?
but Let's Start Here was just basically saying like, it's chapter 2, you know? I'm so grateful for my career, you know, and I'm so thankful for all the things that have happened to me to be able to take care of my family and just live a comfortable life and even entertain people and like, you know, make people happy or give people a song to love or whatever, you know, but I wanted more. Like, I think one thing that I feel like was always misunderstood about me was that it was how people perceived me to be this guy who just like probably just was, well, this more in the beginning of my career, but just like this like internet one-hit wonder kid who got lucky. You know, like music is my life.
Or that you didn't care more
Yeah.
so. Not knowing the care
like,
you had
I just
for
didn't
this.
give a fuck, you know? Because I didn't listen to Tupac or Biggie, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But music is my life, you know? I love all genres of it. It's a part of every single second of my day, you know? So I think Let's Start Here was just like, it's like a clean slate, you know? And that doesn't mean,
button.
yeah, but it doesn't mean I won't rap again. It doesn't mean I don't like rapping or I'm done rapping or I'm no longer a rapper. It's just like, this is chapter 2. Now what comes next, I genuinely don't even fucking know, right? But this is my arc where like I step up and I show, you know, my artistry, you know, and my creativity, and just like I'm no longer half-assing nothing. And I feel like I've done a lot of half-assing. And I'm no longer doing anything mediocre.
Even the art direction too, like it's like a bunch of executives laughing on the cover. Like, is there a meaning behind that?
I you know, back to what I was saying at first, I want to leave everything open for interpretation. You know, I don't want to spoil or ruin anything for anyone. But I mean, there's reasons for everything, you know. But I like letting people think whatever they want to think.
Okay.
Was that something that you landed on that you wanted the vision to be that, or was that something?
Now, like I said, I've changed it 6-7 times.
Yeah.
Everything about it, from the cover to the artwork, like 6-7 times, bro, because it was just like, man, it was so many elements that the album goes so many places. So it's like, you could name it so many things. It could be about so many things. It could represent so many things.
What was your biggest challenge in creating the album? We look back at it.
Like I said, just my integrity. Like saying, okay, well, I ain't trying to do no, you know, some Rolling Louds or like all these no shows or like no rap festivals or anything, like, or I don't even drop no rap music, nothing, because I know that I want to switch my image, you know. And if you just keep, that's why I was so upset when Poland dropped, because like I was planning the arc of changing, you know. So like when this big rap fun record came out, it wasn't where I was trying to go, you know. So it was real irritating, but I'm thankful nonetheless because it was received well, and it kind of gave away my sound just a little bit, you know, for the album.
But it feels like, you know, back in like 2021, like the record like Love Music or even like Breathe It Deeper, it has elements of that in this new
Breathe
project.
Deeper, yes, maybe. And I think, not really, but you know what it is? People just compare it to Tame Impala because people's palate does not stretch that far.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how you feel about that. Like there's a lot of critics that are accusing you just...
Well, first off, I want to say that Kevin Parker is a very big inspiration, you know, but nothing sounds like him, you know, on the album. You know, like he inspired me. Absolutely. Tame Impala absolutely inspired me, but there's not a song you could play and then play a Tame Impala song and like, see, like there's no recollection, you know what I'm saying? But people, like I said, and it's something that Tyler taught me a while ago, that people don't know much. So like when people see something, they just compare it to whatever is the closest thing they can, which is Tame Impala, because that's really genuinely almost the only psych rock people in the modern demographic know, you know? Or Pink Floyd, you know. So it's like those two both did inspire me. But yeah, it's cool. I don't really think anything sounds like Breathe Deeper, but I understand. You know, I was super hyped that he even reached out to me to do that remix. But it didn't inspire me to make the album. I was already on this path.
Right.
Yeah, I think when the album dropped, I think Tyler, you speak of Tyler, the creator, who's a friend of yours, somebody you say you talk to for advice or chop it up with. I think he shared Running Out of Time when your album came out. Do you know if that's his favorite from the joint?
Nah, I don't know if that's his favorite. We haven't talked about it. He texted me the other day, but we didn't really get into it. I don't know if that's his favorite. But I just see that was great. But he was a big reason why I did start the project. Not because of something he did, but just a conversation we had that really just got me off of my butt. Like, okay, if I'm going to do something, I should just hone in and do it, you know?
Lock in.
Like I said, not half-ass, really fully go in and do what I want to do.
You keep saying half-ass. Do you think you're just being harsh on yourself?
Half-ass just means...
Like you made some big records, my guy.
But half-ass means just like, man, half-assing is just like picking 15 songs and say, okay, this is the album. You know, half-assing just taking a bunch of beats and just like a bunch of records and have nothing to do with each other and just kind of like, this is what it is. That's what I did a lot of times. I record a couple hundred songs, just pick the ones I thought sounded best.
Yeah, because you say you work fast on like a lot of artists, right?
I mean, I still write fast. I did this album fairly fast compared to someone else. I doubt anyone else could do it as fast or faster, you know, to the sonic level and to where it is, you know. I didn't cut any corners, but I still did it pretty fast. Oh no, even videos, like I didn't really fully put all into that. It just like, or anything. It was just kind of like, I don't know. I just never really, I don't know. It's not that I didn't care, because I cared, but I just was younger and I just wasn't really like.
It must have been crazy for you because you came in, it was intentional though, right? You come in, red hair, I'm a young dude. You feel it's like too much gangstery. Like, I'm here to shake the whole shit up. And you did that.
I wasn't my intention to shake shit up. I was just coming in as me, you know. But once we came in, I started realizing what was happening. But my intention was, I wasn't like offing to fuck the rap game up, you know. Like I was just a kid who made music, you know. Yeah. But I also wasn't going to back down from anything. I wasn't going to back down from any DJ or anyone saying, "Oh, you're this or you can't do that or y'all or this, y'all." I didn't care.
Yeah.
Ever, you know, but that wasn't intentionally, like, my plan wasn't to come, like, fuck shit up. I just want to make some money.
Make a lot of that. And you said you blew a lot of, he said he blew about 30 million before he was 25.
Nah, it's true.
That's a fact.
I was talking to Mom Duke, and she was saying, like, how, you know, you have, like, over 150 endorsements and, like, made the Forbes list twice. You got the pizza brand in Walmart. Like, I didn't even realize, like, Yachty's his ultimate spokesman. Like, get out of the way, Shaq.
Well, I love Shaq, man. Shaq is so cool. I'm happy I met him and connected with him. He's such a businessman. But I think it's more to it. It's more puzzles to a piece than one. And I think that's always where I've been ahead of other artists, other rappers, artists, both, you know. Like It's so many pieces to a puzzle than just the music you make,
Right.
for sure.
And the Walmart pizza brand, that's doing pretty well,
I
right?
love it. I can eat it for free.
Get high off your own supply.
Free pizza, man. That's great.
That's
And
great.
it's so good, for real.
Absolutely. We're gonna have to get a slice after we're done. But it's also dope about the album, man. I noticed, you know, you have a lot of different voices on there. You didn't put them on there on the track list. So I was intentional.
It was off, man. It was like a thing of just wanting to be on, like, I just didn't want you to focus on that, you know? I wanted you to focus on the album. It's not about who's on it. It's just about the music. It's just not even about me all the time. I'm not on in every part of every song.
Right.
You know? It's just about it's an experience. It's a feeling and a moment, you know? So it's not about, like, it wasn't about the lyrics. It wasn't about the bars. I wasn't trying to wow anybody and like just like, oh, you heard what he said. It wasn't about that. It was just the experience that it'll take you on if you relax yourself and allow yourself to get into it. You know, now if you go into it like with a frown face and your arms crossed, like, oh, shit, wag. You know, like it'd be a little bit harder. But if you go into it with a blank canvas and just listen, it can truly take you.
It seems like that was with the planetarium listening session provider, right?
Yeah. I mean, that was just a fun experience.
Yeah.
You know, I had never got to do anything cool to that magnitude. I feel like no one's done that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to like, it's just some fun for people.
Yeah.
You know.
But you do have people on here like Justine Skye, you have
Absolutely.
Touchdown, Daniel Caesar. How did you select those voices for the project?
This is just my friends.
Mm.
Yeah. I didn't want to use anyone big because, like I said, I wanted people to respect my artistry. Like, it was many times when I wanted to be like, Tyler, let's do something. You know, like, it was a lot of people I really wanted to work to. You know, I did reach out to The Weeknd for Say Something, but they never got back to me. But I did that was the only person I was like, damn, I would love to have The Weeknd on Say Something. Wow. That could be really cool. But it's all good though, because I fuck with them.
I see you still have your limbs because you didn't work with Kid Cudi yet.
I actually did. I don't get that reference. What does that mean?
Because you said on Twitter.
I did say that, right?
You said you would cut your limbs off
to work with Cudi.
I
actually did work with Cudi. I wanted him on the album too. He didn't respond either.
Yo, what's up with that?
Deluxe version, deluxe.
No, I'm not doing a deluxe, man. This is bigger than that. But
yes, sir.
I did try to get with Cudi. That was the person that I also. It wasn't many people I tried to get on the album, but Cudi was someone I tried to get on the album. And I did try to get The Weeknd on the album. I sent Cudi a bunch of songs in the beginning process, and they probably weren't as good. And he never got back to me there. So, but I get it. You know, it's all good. Yeah. But then it became a confidence. Once I started making it, it became a confidence thing. And it was like, well, I don't want anyone on this. Yeah. You know, except for like my friends. I needed voices because I'm not the best singer. So I needed voices, strong voices
to complement.
Complement and to carry on and to just create the emotion that, you know, sometimes auto-tune takes away from pure voices and just creatives, you know. So that's why I tapped in. You know, I have Daniel Caesar and Caesar Touchdown, Justine Skye, Diana Gordon.
Yeah.
But I think Say Something is still my favorite. Like, why did you decide to put that out first?
Me too.
Did it feel like a hit per se, or just a record?
Kinda. I mean, it's a couple records that feel like a hit on there, but that was the first record I made to start the process. So, and that record was the one that made me say, okay, I know what I'm about to do now, which is weird because it sounds nothing like Black Seminole or some shit like that. But that was the first one. And it was just one of my favorites, you know, and it was the one that everyone always gravitated towards.
But being with G, your A&R, and all these people, it was like, oh, that is the single.
Yeah. Except for I didn't want to release it like too much earlier because I wanted it all to be fresh on you. Yeah. But I did release it a day before. Yeah. Or the day of, just earlier in the day.
So we can get more videos too? Yeah,
definitely. We're about to drop a shit ton of shit.
Yeah. What's the process like? You know, obviously you made a bunch of rap albums, and this time around, you know, you say it took 6 months, sat on it for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Like, is it more meticulous, fine-tuning a project like this?
Absolutely. I've never did a project like this ever. Everything was from scratch, no samples. You know, so there's no samples. Everything was from scratch. So everything was from like, except for the Bob Ross, that was the only sample. And that was just, we were in the studio mixing and it was on TV and I heard the message. I was like, oh man, that's a powerful message. I want that. And I pulled it up. We were watching on TV and I went on YouTube, grabbed it and then fucked it up and made it sound crazy. but everything was from scratch.
Wow.
Yeah, so everything, and 97% of it was all live band. So I was like, say something and Paint the Sky. But no, Paint the Sky drums are actual real. But it was definitely different. But not in like a bad, hard way, just like in a fun, exciting, oh shit, I'm really making music way. You know, I'm so used to just going to my email and downloading a beat. And like, which is great, which is nothing wrong with that. But I just felt hands-on. I actually felt like I was doing something and producing and really, hey, I want a trumpet here. I need a strings here. I want a this here. Slow that down. Speed that up. You know, like it was fun.
Like a conductor.
I was gonna say you felt like a conductor, right? More so, right?
Yeah.
Producer.
It just, and it was all from my brain and my heart and my ears. So like I felt so much more attached. You know, opposed to like some kid in fucking wherever sent the beat and like I just rapped on it. Like this, every part of this I was a part of, which was, it just felt like I was doing something.
Well, going back to the Poland thing, like you said, the Poland thing, you know, you've been very clear that wasn't intentional. It leaked and it came out. Were you then concerned when that took off that maybe that's gonna like be a factor in like maybe they're not gonna embrace my new direction?
Absolutely.
Was that a concern?
Absolutely. I like you just said it on the head, 100%. That's why I was so irritating. Cause I was like, fuck, this is what they're gonna want now. Like I want more rap music. They're gonna want more Lil Yachty, you know. And it was irritating and frustrating. And then honestly, I felt like not putting an album out for a couple times, you know, because I was like, I had made a whole rap album actually, you know, and I was like, I can't do this yet. I gotta drop this now because that's what they're expecting. And thankfully, man, I had another conversation with Tyler, and there was a lot of inner battling, you know, between like just being nervous and not knowing, but I just wore my gut and trusted my creativity and just did what I ultimately came to do, you know, and that was that project, and I had it done and just doubled on, believed in myself.
Right.
Because also even coming off I want to talk about your involvement with her loss, but like you would think that, okay, even with that, and then here in Poland, like, oh, he's going in sort of this rap direction.
Yeah.
Right?
The her loss shit didn't really affect me because it was him. You know, that's all him. You know, that had nothing to do with me. Like that's his lane. You know, so I was like, you know, it was just me. You know, vibing with a friend. But the Poland shit definitely had me like, fuck, like damn.
It was huge.
Yeah. And I was like, fuck.
Jay-Z like it made his list, right?
Yeah.
Playlist.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you embrace it though. Like you didn't ignore it though. You said, okay, well, if you want this motherfuckers, I'll put it on
Drop
DSPs.
it. Yeah. I mean, why not? You know, although like I definitely was like irritated, but why not? I didn't know it was going to do that at all. I had no clue it was about to be that big, but it was fuck it. I mean, I had no reason not to drop it.
But besides the Bob Ross sample that you felt was a powerful message, one track that stood out to me was Failure. And it's like this, you know, soliloquy where you're looking at the glass as half full, right? And then one of the lines that I found really interesting is like you said, it's, you know, it's complicated when you become rich and famous, right? Things get complicated.
Absolutely.
Like how so? In what ways?
And so in every way, because it just the first and most, Mom,
We keep it in. Keep it in.
the most, Mom, we're interviewing.
We love you, Ma. We love you, though.
The most important thing, I mean, the most truthful thing about that line is that it's just, I don't know if truthful is the right thing to say, but like the answer to that, no one cares anymore, just to be honest. And that's what the whole thing was about. It's like, you know, people care, but like nobody cares, you know, like, oh, I'm sick as fuck and my throat's hurting, but you want a picture. And I understand, you heard me say no, but this is your moment and you want a picture.
Right.
You know, you don't give a fuck that I'm sick. You don't give a fuck, because it's like you think you'll never see me again.
True.
You know, and it's unfortunate. She's loud. Mom! 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 Where are you? You got a beautiful room. These doors aren't even, they're glass. That's not gonna do anything. Sigga literally just goes the steps.
It's cool.
She's crazy. Why is she even right there? Why didn't she like go and like? She's crazy.
We talking about the picture, like he said that this be the only time meeting you.
Yeah, that's one aspect, right? But even more than that, you go to a time period of when people want something, they just want it, Yo, man, dog, man, my lights, man, I need $8,000. Hey, like, man, my light bill, man, I need 8 racks. Yeah, man, you need 8.
That's a light bill right there.
Man, my lights and the water, man, I need 85.
Right.
And it's like, it's people don't think about how many times you say yes. That one time you say no, I mean, you don't fuck lame ass nigga, man. But even fuck money and even fuck pictures. Just like, for me, I was 17 years old, right? I turned 18, but like I just graduated high school. I graduated high school in May, went to college for 2-3 months, dropped out, and was famous. I mean, I signed $1 million deal by April, right? So the next April. So it was so many experiences that I went through in life that I felt like I had no one to talk to about, whether it was women or whether it was like fucking when I was going through that phase with the Biggie and Tupac shit, when people were like sending death threats and like and just like all this shit, you know what I'm saying? From all I could go through a million situations even with the first freestyle I did with Ebro when I didn't do so well and people fucking shitted on me for like 2 weeks straight. Like all that shit was like, who you talked about that? The homie? Because he gonna look at you like, well, shouldn't you still got $1 million? Nigga, what you sad for? You know what I'm saying? Like, because people don't understand. And quite frankly, people just don't give a fuck. If you're in a better situation, then they're like, nigga, so what? Suck it up. And it's like being rich doesn't exclude your feelings or he doesn't make you invincible. You know what I'm saying? You still deal with things, still deal with heartbreak or, anything, you know what I'm saying? And people don't truly understand that. So that's why I started talking about like, it's not that I don't think people care. I just think it's hard for people to understand what they haven't seen.
Yeah, money doesn't absolve your problems.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. And I mean, and you don't understand that unless you truly have it, and have experienced it, because if you don't have money, you think all it takes is whatever you need. You got that money, you're good. Life is good.
Right.
Man, if I had people always say, man, I've had $1 million, man, everything would be great. Man, I just need 1 million. Dog, what the fuck is it? And I'm not saying that in a way like, in like in any kind of way, but just like, man, it's just gonna bring you so many more problems, and it never stops. Which as just be honest, in our culture, we're ready for it.
We're not.
Who's teaching it to us? No one taught me and my mother what to do with millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? No, not my high school. I didn't have any rich peers. I didn't grow up with any mentors with 6 figures. So who's gonna teach me to save and to invest into who? Right. It took years till I started meeting people that actually talk in my ear and show me this and, hey, what you doing? And it took losses. It took failing and it took spending and it took being red to be like, oh, shit. Oh, and I'm not going to be as high forever? Oh, shit. I got to figure this shit out, and change some things, but I appreciate those moments because if I didn't have them, I wouldn't know. Because ain't nobody teaching me.
Right.
It ain't no YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to go through it and I have to figure it out myself. But now I've done it so, I feel like I did it rather fast because I'm only 25, right? So, like, I got so much life to live.
Yeah.
And that's why I say chapter 2, let's start here because now I'm about to do it all over again, probably a little better.
Is that why it's so important with chapter 2 to have a song like Failure, which is really spoken word where you're really breaking it down and showing?
I don't know if it's important, but I've never done anything that vulnerable. None of my music is deep. It's just fun music, So like, I was like, man, this album's so different. I think I would maybe something personal, maybe, like, and I was a little nervous at first because like even talking about my house being broken into and just shit like that. But I was just like, maybe it'll help somebody, or maybe it'll guide someone in a tough time or just let somebody know, like, dude, it's okay to fail as long as you dust yourself off and get back up.
But even though you don't have those, there's no school for this, right? You did have, QC, you have P and Coach K. Like, how influential and
I have P and Coach K, but if we're gonna be completely honest, QC was a local label until I came. It was Atlanta based. people knew Migos were, but it was not, like it wasn't, the roster was very local besides the Migos.
Right.
You know, and they didn't even have, like they had some records, but it was still an independent label. You know, when I came to QC, then we took it to Capitol Records and it became an actual like full-fledged force. And then after that, then Bad and Bougie came, and then it became this thing, and then we started making all this money. When I first came, Coach like they had money, but it wasn't like what it is now. So even then, even before me, Coach had like street, he had Jeezy and Gucci, and it's like, it was a different money than the money that we started making. So I didn't really, like, it was serious. So like, we didn't really, like, even he couldn't, what was he gonna say? It was rather new to him too.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real, and P was getting, had money from, you know, I don't know where it came from. we don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
We don't know where, B-Dog. We don't know where.
We don't know where P money came from. But like the money that we all started generating after I came to the label was new to all of us. You know what I'm saying? It was like a serious type, and it was new. So like, it wasn't like we was all like living happy, like it was great. You know, but so it wasn't there. And now like that person would be like, hey man, I heard, like they wasn't like fucking investing in fucking bonds and shit and like whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So like, it was just new, you know?
Yeah.
And also I think, which I appreciated, they let me live, you know? Like I was a kid and I was like experiencing life, and they allowed me to do that, you know?
They make you try to fit some sort of rapper.
No, and they just didn't make me do nothing I didn't want to do. You know, like they didn't, P never tried to shit on me and be like, hey man, stop doing this, don't do that. Or he encouraged me, like, man, look, because he wanted me to be happy, and it made him happy, and we were happy, and that's what it was, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it was cool though, you know? Like I would, if I could go back, I swear I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it did nothing but make me like, just work harder, want to make more money.
Yeah.
You know.
What do you make of the go for the label now, and Scooter Braun and all these deals?
It's so sick, and I'm so happy, bro. Those guys have done so much for me, you know, and I think they deserve more than that, you know. But like, man, they put everything on the line for us, and it was nothing they wouldn't do, and haven't done for me. And so like, and they've been there, you know, when it was cold and nobody was talking about Lil Yachty, and niggas was, oh, he's still alive, and making those kind of jokes. Those two guys were in my corner, you know what I'm saying? Like helping me with anything, whether it was a video need to be shot, whether it was any kind of funding for anything, or just they supported me always, you know, and they never turned their back on me. They never said, oh man, we can't afford to do that right now. You ain't really making us no money. They didn't do that. They never did me like that. You know what I'm saying? So 100%, I'm happy for them, and I feel like they deserve it. And they worked extremely hard, you know? So I'm so grateful. I'm thankful that I'm just happy for them. You know, that shit was big, 100%. And they black, and they don't come from nothing, and it's like, it's just good.
Yeah.
You know?
For the culture.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All it does is open doors and push it forward for the next black label, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
All the other labels been doing them kind of deals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
to
it's
be
great.
afforded that to us.
Yeah,
it's different.
you know, now it's just time to keep coming. Pause. Pause, that was great.
We'll pause there, but let's pick up with you and Drake, man. Like Elliot mentioned, you talk about her loss. It seems like, you know, you and Drake have been real solid over the last years. Like, talk about how that relationship.
That's your bestie, man.
How'd y'all get so
I'm
tight,
jealous,
man?
That's your bestie, man.
That's my guy. He's a good guy. You're pretty cool with him too. He tells me. I know. He's a good guy. I don't know.
But you're the genius behind her loss. Just break it down.
I don't know.
You're the genius
You had a
behind her
heavy hand
loss.
on her loss. How did that role come about, man?
Man, I for a very long time wanted to just do anything involving music with him. So like, I kind of like been telling him for the last like, I don't know how many years, like, bro, can I even just be in a room? You know, I just want to soak it up and just see how you do it. I want to see you rap. I want to like, anything, you know, for real. Cause I feel like he is, to my opinion, if not the greatest rapper ever, you know, and that's my personal opinion. I ain't arguing with nobody with their mama, you know, but, and I looked up to him. So I was like, man, is there anything I can, he always loved my beat selection. You know, he's one of the first people, like, to post my album, one of my albums, and it's like, man, your beat selections are so crazy. And that's crazy to hear from him, you know, especially during times when nobody was really fucking with me. Like, I never had many rap friends, you know, like, I feel like a lot of the rap people I even hung around was because I was probably QC. You know, like, if I wasn't QC and around like Migos or like, you know, like just the street energy, like, I probably wouldn't even be around a lot of people, you know, like I met Thug through Pete. Like, I probably would never met any of those people if I wasn't QC. So, like, I just never had many friends in hip hop or been embraced by many people. So, I was like, man, anything I can do. And then we hung out, and then I don't know, man, it just happened. I don't even know what it is that people think I did, but.
Was Savage and him were making records, and then you got involved, or you was kind of?
I don't know. I mean, what does that mean? Like, what if
it means you like? I see production credits. I see Back Outside Boys,
Jumbo Shit,
Privileged Rappers, Jumbotron Millions, Jumbotron Boys.
Yeah,
production. Four songs have production credits by Lil Yachty. 2 other songs have writing credits with Lil Yachty. Major Distribution, Circle Loco.
I don't know what that means.
It means you're the secret weapon.
I don't know what that means. I don't know. I was just in the run.
Do you feel good about the project?
I think it's great. I think it's great just because I was there. You know, but I like all his records. No, I don't like all his records. That's a lot. But but to be a part of something that he's done, man, it's like I grew up listening to Drake. You know what I'm saying? So like, it'd be cool. It'd be like special. It's just like, damn, bruh. I don't take nothing for granted. I always, man, so many times in life, I always find myself flashback into being in middle school, or being in high school, or rapping in the mirror at home, or like fucking just walking home from school with headphones in, blasting someone's music that I'm now in the room with, or anything. So like, it was great. And to be respected so much by him, you know, like, that should mean a lot. Respect me more than mean anything, you know? So like, to even be respected by him, it means a lot to me, you know, and to be respected by so many peers now since making this album, who I've been talking to or speaking to, and just have given me like props. That shit, I mean, everything. I don't even care to work. Like, you give me respect, that's everything. I mean, like, damn, okay, I'm doing the right thing. I'm like, as a man, like, as a creative, you see me. You know, you see me as a creative, and that's all I care about.
How good does that feel? Because let's start here. That was your intent, right?
But when I did all that, I met with all the people before it came out, so that's when my confidence was like 100%. You know, the people I met with, obviously I played for Drake, I played for Kendrick, played for J. Cole, played for Tyler, played for 40, I played for Post Malone, for Rocky, you know. These are people, every last one of them, the people like who I grew up listening to. But previous to this album, I never played a record for anyone ever, because I just never cared. And I honestly felt like no one else ever cared. And I just never really believed in work that much to like, but like, I feel like I'm wasting someone's time. You know, so be able to sit face to face with every person I named, play the record, and see their reaction, and get the respect, and like, you know, it ain't no like, all right, man, I gotta go. Can you stop that? It's like listening to it. Like, what the, bruh, this is insane. Like, that gave me all the confidence. Like, oh, I know what I got. Because these people aren't just like, it's not anybody. You know, these people have, you know, real taste.
Yeah. When did you know that you felt confident enough to be able to share it with people like that?
Once I was finishing it. It was great. Like, it's not a regular project, you know, and it doesn't sound like anything that anyone's done, man. And to be honest, I just didn't know I could do it. So when I did, I was like, oh, this is fucking crazy. Like, this is not some bullshit. This is not like, you know, I didn't play around. This is not YouTube type beats. This is serious production.
Yeah.
Fuck anything else. The production is serious, you know?
You have a favorite like sonic moment on the album?
We Saw the Sun. I love We Saw the Sun. We Saw the Sun is just like, that was just like when Ant Clemens come in at the end and he does that, like those humming and that it just is real euphoric. Yeah, I love it. It's crazy. I don't know, man. I just put everything into it, you know, from writing 95% of the album myself, the entire album, to just like have my hand in every part of it. You know, like I like hand molded everything. So it's like I just believed in it so much more.
So going back to her loss though, right? I know you say you didn't have too many rap friends, but obviously there's another person on there, 21 Savage. Did you guys have a relationship prior to
I
getting into
mean,
studio like that?
we were cool.
Okay.
Again, bro, I just quite honest. I don't think people really paid too much attention to me. You know,
Nah, they paid attention.
I mean, people know where I was,
Yeah.
but I don't think people really like paid too much attention, which I understand. But I think her loss made a lot of people like look at me and be like, "Wait a second, it must be something we don't see." Even now, I see like I see, or even now, but when it dropped and just I saw so many people in doubt of me having even anything to do with it. like I don't, no matter what they thought it was, there was like people just like, no, it's no way. Nah, he just he did ad lib.
No, but I saw the opposite. I felt like when something like Back Outside Boys or Jumbotron
shit popping.
like that could be
Such
a
a
Yachty
weird
record.
name.
Yeah.
I don't know. That name is so weird.
No, but even Back Outside, like you're pretty much on every ad lib of it. It's almost like a collaboration between you guys, right? Like how did that song come together? The Back Outside joint.
It shrugs.
I know.
Man, Drizzy NDA, man. It's too much, man.
It's just magic. It's just magic.
Was you in the studio together?
Of course. I spent like that whole album process, I was damn near like living with him. And that shit was crazy. Man, that nigga rich. That nigga
You're not doing too
You're not
bad
trying to
yourself,
tell you.
man.
Nah, but man, he made me like, okay, I gotta go get it. You know, dog, his life is fantastic. Yeah. It was like, and he's one of those people that's so rich. You know someone's rich when they so rich that you come around as company and then you feel rich. Because everyone acquires to your needs too. Like
It
my
treats you that
people,
way.
they only nice to me. Like my assistants, they only work for me. My friends come around, then get your own water. You know what I'm saying? But his assistants, they like, man, you need anything? I'm like, damn, that's different, rich. Like they work for everyone. That's damn, and he got a chef and a butler and like he turned.
Yeah.
But it's inspiration, you know what I'm saying? Like the thing about that, right? It's like I be so openly loving to Drake because like not only does that man embrace me, but it's like it's a thing where like I saw this thing, right? I'm jumping all over. This chick
cool.
had,
So good.
she posted on her story and she said, she did like a thing where you could like, actually, where you could post it and people could respond to it. She said, what's your ick, right? And someone said, I hate when he got a big brother. Like I hate when he got a big bro. And I found that so confusing because like, I understood what she was trying to say. She was trying to say like, you know, if he'd a runner or like if he'd a little bro, but you got to understand that if you have a circle of friends or a circle of people who you're active with, and everyone looks to you, if everyone looks up to you, everyone got their hand out to you, you motivate everyone, you get sucked dry. You get pulled from. If you have no one to pull inspiration from, to water you, to inspire you, to show you that there's another threshold, there's a higher level, you'll be so content. You'll be like, oh, I'm the man, I did it, this what it is. Yeah, and you'll never know where to go next. You know, and you'll get frustrated, you get tired because everyone, bro, can you help me here? Can you help me do this? Damn, what should I do now? Man, my rent, dude, man, can I borrow a shirt? Man, can I, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But opposed to when you got someone who can inspire you and motivate you, man has taught me so much. You know what I'm saying? Like he showed me so many ways and he's done so many things for me that like I can never even repay him for. You feel me? So like I be open with it like, man, I don't care what nobody say. Team Drake.
You got the tattoo, right?
Man,
The OVO tat?
Man, I got the tattoo.
Yeah.
I got the chain.
Yeah.
Man, that's my brother. You feel me? Like, so I'd be open. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be hating, bro.
But how do you get it? Because people hated on him going with the Honestly Never Mind, like going in the direction
which
himself,
was
right?
which me personally I thought was a great project.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really know where people didn't like it, but honestly, it's like a lifestyle album. You have to have been outside. You know, if all you did was go to your local strip club, you won't understand that. You gotta have been on a yacht, been on a boat, been on an island, had a button-up shirt with the top 6 unbuttoned. Like you gotta have been ever had a flower in your drink. Like you have to have lived. You have to have lived that type of life to understand. Honestly, never mind.
Flower
You feel
in
me?
your drink.
Yeah, flour in your drink, you know what I'm saying? Some sugar around the rim type shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I know, but at least from us interacting with Drake after that though, like he got what everybody got with that, whatever, like didn't love that. But, you know, nobody could deny her loss, right? So it's gotta feel good to like have this thing where it's like a reminder of like, oh, he's still that guy.
I think that's why he did it. I think he was, which I don't think he had to. I don't think he had to do her loss. I thought honestly that mom was amazing, you know.
Yeah.
But he's like me and him are so similar. He's I'm gonna show you type of guy. He's like, okay, I bet I'll show you, you know. And it's crazy because I mean it's like at the point you are, you don't have to do that. But he's like all right. Oh, y'all don't think I could rap, or y'all think it's over? All right,
I'll show you.
yeah. And that's where her loss was. And then he's so generous. You know, like just be honest, he could do her loss by himself, you know, but he's such a generous guy. He loves 21, you know, and brought him along for that journey and that ride. But yeah, he definitely didn't have to do her loss. Even if he didn't do anything, I mean, he's Drake, bro. He can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah. Man, how's fatherhood been for you, Yachty?
It's fantastic. It's I haven't been able to truly bask. Shit's been so hectic. But it's insane. It's crazy, and it's like watching like I can't even compare to watching anything. But it's just how fast they grow. It's like what the fuck. This shit like it's trippy. It's like bro, and then it's like you just don't think about your childhood. So to see a kid like experience shit for the first time, like we take for granted all the things that we do on a daily basis and that we know. Whether it's like just like even like I watched her see her shadow for the first time, and she was like, "What?" And she was like, you know, and it's like shit that we just like we're so old, so we take it for granted. But it's like crazy. I watched her look in the mirror for the first time, and like, and it was crazy, and I was like, "Damn, man, that's tight," you know. So like, it's a refreshing and it's wholesome. It's like there's not 1 inch of negativity in raising a child.
Yeah,
you know, like there's no you have to put hate into a child's mind, you know, like it's all love, it's all joy. Like there is no like all she want to do is laugh. You feel me? Like and sing and play and eat, you know, like she don't want to hate, she don't want to judge, she not like, oh, I hate that shirt, dad.
Yeah,
you know, like it's like she just love, she just want to laugh and just play and eat again, you know. So like it's like it's great because it's so different than just the real world. You know, when you step outside, when I leave her house, you know, or she leaves my house, it's like that. It's back to reality.
Right.
But Beta, I saw something where Yachty says just the beginning though he wants to have 5 kids.
Absolutely.
5
before 30.
5. I didn't say that's it for 30.
Yeah,
maybe. but out there, but 5 is the
Yachty
number.
bunch 6.
Man, bro, I grew up alone, man. I got a sister and I got a brother. We're all 6 years apart. My brother's a bitch. And my sister,
you be tapping them every day. What's up with that, man?
Cool. Yeah, real hoe. But like my sister upstairs, she's 6 years younger than me, so I'm 25. She's 19. And when I was in the house at 17, she was fucking whatever fucking. I'm bad at math, so whatever that number is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was a baby, like a little girl. So like, what the
you
fuck
want
are we gonna talk about?
Nah,
yeah. So we had nothing to talk about. Now that I am where I'm at and she's 19. That age, man, that demographic, those kids are just like, they don't care about nothing. You know, like she don't care that I am who I am. She don't care to hang out. She don't care. Like,
but you're the king of the teens.
She don't give a fuck at all. She don't.
Because my theory is, that's my theory. 5 years is a generation now.
Yeah.
To these kids. So it's like, that's 6 years, right? You're 25. 5 years is a whole generation. So it's like, you're old school.
I'll be surprised when I even, like, if I even catch her thinking something I'm doing is cool, I'll be like, you know, like I come in and hear my music playing, I'll be like,
wow.
I start jumping around. Like, I genuinely think she don't even fuck with me half the time. So, like, it'd be cool to even see her support me.
But he's ducking the 5 kids thing. He's ducking.
Oh, no. I want, for sure. I want a bunch. I want a family because bro, I used to grow up and be so sad, bro. I used to try and find big brothers and other niggas who owe me no loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Which you just end up fucking hurting in or fucked over or just finessed or anything, you know, like, because my brother wasn't there for me. My brother didn't come into my life until I got famous. You know, he came into my life with a motive, you know what I'm saying, which was not beneficial to me at all, solely to himself. And it was unfortunate. So, like, I don't want my daughter to grow up alone.
It's almost like you want your children to have that support system.
Like someone to like, man, like, family's supposed to be like closer than anything, but like it doesn't always work out that way, you know. But I think it's all depending on how you raise them, You know, like my brother had a different mother than me and my sister. You know, we all had the same father, but she had a different mother, so he grew up in a different part of town, different hood. And I was always I'm Yachty now. I've always been. So he thought I was a fucking weirdo. You know, my brother's from the hood, like the middle of it. He looked at me like skinny jeans and colors, like braids and red hair. Like, nigga, you're a freak. Like, you're a creep. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a real crip. You know what I'm saying? So like, he thought I was a fucking weirdo. So he was always in and out of prison. You know, so like last time he got in prison, I tried to really help him and be there, you know, and support him. He got out, took him in, was just there, like whatever needed. He just, I don't know, he's a nerd. I don't know. Fuck that dude, bro. I don't care. Like he's just never been family to me. He's never had my best interests. He's never cared for me. He just never has. You know, like he only cared about himself. So I never wanted that for I don't want that for my kid, you know? And I just think it's cool. I think when people go to cookouts and family reunions and they have big families, that shit tight. You got pictures and it's
Real
like
shit.
10 cousins and it's like, it's just love. It's just a lot of love, man. You can't go wrong with love, man. You can't go wrong with like a ton of love at a dinner table or at a cook. I love love, bro. As I got older, I started to realize, man, this materialist stuff is great. I love it. I got nice cars, nice all. It's fun, but
You got some nice cars out there, Lil Yachty.
but it do not feel like genuine love and caring and like just like fun. You know, like man, I'd be so happy. Like little moments, like man, I in a group message today with my mom, dad, and my sister. That shit made me so happy. You know, like we in a group message. Like this is like, and it's probably normal to a lot of people. That shit to me is like, man, my dad, mom, me, sister, we talking right now. You know, like we don't have many moments, all of us. Because my dad and mom divorced when I was 8. You know, and then my sister was a baby. So like we never did a family trip. We never we never went to dinner. Never, even now to this day. You know, so like shit like man in the group message just made me like feel good. You feel me? So like I don't take none of that stuff like I appreciate all those things.
You talk about like your dad was a photographer, kind of like more in my era of like really shooting rappers, like shooting the Kanye Outcasts and stuff, and bringing you around. Like, do you have any memories that really stood out to you of experiencing like any interaction of those days?
I mean, the thing that was the biggest was just anytime I went to his house every other weekend. So that's how my parents did it. So every other weekend I would come. Within the week and a week and a half or whatever the case may have been, he would have done so many new things. And back then, it was like film stuff, and he was a big pre-printed shit. It was digital, but he loved to blow things up. So I would come, so I would come to his house and he'd have all these huge photos of what he just had done in the last 2 weeks, and he'd be like, oh man, we were just in London here. This is Kanye in London, and then this is John Legend in Seattle, and then it's just like in the show, and he would just tell me stories. You know, and then he just play all types of music, and he light incense, and he just like we watched Dave Chappelle, and just like I don't know, man, my dad loved music, you know, but he had visuals to it, you know, he had pictures, you know, and so he would have a picture and he'd tell me about it and explain it to me, or even if he didn't explain it to me, if I'd be home alone in his house, I just would go through him and look at him and just be like, damn, this is crazy, or just like, this is weird, this is arts here, this is like, even when he like went to Africa with Delta to like take pictures of like, I think Habitat for Humanity was building houses, and just you saw the kids, and that was the first time I ever seen anything like about Africa, just like, you know, the kids and like, you know, dirt roads and just like the lifestyle in Ghana, you know, and it's just like, whoa, like my dad always kept me like on my toes, like I would come back home to my mom's house and be around all the homies, and they would be like, bro, how do you know this? How you know this song? How'd you hear this?
You be a
Where'd
step
you
ahead.
get this? For my entire life, and it always kept me to be like this guy who was just like my individual being. You know, I never leaned on anyone for nothing. I've always just kind of been sharp in the head because of my father.
That's what's up, man. You mentioned all these places before we get out of here. Let's start here tour. That happening this year?
Yeah, soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Came for rehearsals today, right?
Yeah. I've been rehearsing for 30 days straight, you know, so it's big. You know, it's not like anything I've ever done. You know, obviously like the album, I want to give an experience, so that's massive, man. It's fun, man. This whole journey has been like a refreshing one, man, because music can just get so like I don't want to say boring, but it's just like repetitive. You know, so like this experience in these music videos and now this rehearsal for these shows is just like, this shit is different. And I feel like it's different to people, which make it even more exciting because people are like excited and like say, oh, this is, you know, like this is different.
Right.
And that's fun because then people don't know what to expect next. Like I feel like honestly next I could do whatever I want. Like it's no ceiling. No one has a clue what I'm gonna do next.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, do you have like a rapidy rap album in the tuck? That's your next
Now,
thing?
What I'm doing next? I swear to God, I don't know what I'm doing next.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know. I know I got some rap songs that people really want from me that I'm gonna drop solo throughout the year. But I feel like from now on out, every project I do has to be super big.
Has to have the care you put towards let's
And
start
just
here, right?
and just be like, it doesn't have to necessarily be rock. It could be rap, it could be anything, but it has to have the same care and like just like energy that I put into that project. No corners cut, no downloading beats out the email. Everything hands on, everything to feel crafted to a moment. You know?
Yeah, fuck
So I did-
Pitchfork, right? Fuck Pitchfork.
Oh, absolutely. Every time you say it.
Look at you starting shit, Elliot.
But let's talk about Pitchfork, right? First off, they're so weird, and they categorize Let's Start Here as a rap album, you know. And then in the opening paragraph, they talked about me working with white people like that. I don't get what that mean. What does that mean? Like, what's the point in saying that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just it's weird. And the writer he has a really bad haircut, and and it just doesn't really make any sense, you know. And like and honestly, they rate a lot of people weird.
Yeah.
You know, them niggas is weird as fuck. And they would never stop me on the street.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. Hatred, people who hate online don't stop nobody on the street.
I don't.
People hate behind computers.
Yeah, they're irrelevant. I don't.
They are.
It's significant, that rating system and that whole platform. So I don't even pay attention.
You know what thing I hate? And I know we wrapping up, but I
Yeah.
hate numbers just rule everything.
Yeah,
I
you
hate
said
it.
that in
Even
other things. I think
First
that's
week
important to say.
numbers, Pitchfork rating numbers. Like, who? I hate saying who cares because I still care, right? But like, and it's just honest. But like, fuck, why? How the fuck do numbers consume everything? Like, numbers make people even not listen to a project. Numbers will make someone, album could be beautiful, and someone could be like, man, they did this first week. Like, oh yeah, nah, that flopped. Never mind, I ain't even gonna tap into it.
That isn't.
And how do you as a human, like, a week isn't even enough, maybe with the music people make now, but like my album is, a week isn't even enough time to consume it. You know, you
really
gotta
absorb it and understand
you gotta
it, right?
really sit with it. You know, like, that's why I never understood people doing reviews the same day. Like, how do you review this album and how was one listen your review and your rating? You know, I try not to take it too serious, but I won't sit there like I've seen every review.
Yeah.
It ain't a review out. If I haven't seen it, you just have no kind of problem. 'Cause I've done read everyone's ideas and opinions, and I respect them, and I've even reached out to a lot of people and telling like, man, like, maybe it wasn't for you, but I appreciate this, you know. But I just hate numbers, but I wish there was a depth to numbers, and there'll never be a depth to numbers because numbers don't lie,
Right.
you know, and it's just the truth.
Then how do you just success for the project? It feels successful
It's
to you, right?
interesting, right? That's an interesting take because it's like, I don't know, man. I look at this album I've talked to all my friends who are alternative artists and rock artists, and they always say like, man, their world, nothing comes as fast. You know, first week numbers is not even a thing in alternative space because they have to
looking at
work.
like Nirvana's first week
Yeah,
numbers.
they have to work an album. You know, they don't do huge first week numbers. You know, it's like they work projects, but their shows are 10,000, 15,000 people, 20,000 people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's a different type of music, man. It sticks and it lives with people, and the people absorb it. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting. I don't know, but I definitely feel successful from this album, and I am grateful, and I feel like people are like shocked by it. And it's so funny because so many backhanded compliments. It's crazy. People are like, man, yo, oh shit, man, that shit was dookie, but this shit, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, now they get this shit on you
yeah,
post game.
man, I get the craziest. Like, are you sure it's the same guy that made? And it's like,
Hey man, Minnesota was still good.
I got my Yachty favorite. When you go on tour, I got to see Part of Me live.
that's real.
That's
Part
That's real.
No, that's the thing. I think when you did the Little Boat Free with even the split, the first part, when you did that video and it came out, I was like, I watched that thing, I was like, oh, he's really here. Like he's not. He's like he's here for real.
Yeah.
Whatever way it means. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like because we seen cats come and go.
That's a fact.
Whatever freshman cover, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, but something about your energy on that split joint in that video, I was like, oh, Yachty's here for real.
And even
Yeah.
think about the energy when he performed Coffin. I forget what festival, that clip that goes
Oh,
viral
yeah,
all the
that-
time.
Oh
all the
yeah,
time.
what's up with that? That had to bug you out when that became like a viral sensation.
No,
right?
but it was because that's how every show is. It's like that. I've never had a show that wasn't like that.
You
So
come
it
out
was,
and do the bop.
yeah. Well, I mean, that was probably like one of the second or third times I did the bop, but like the energy in that show,
Yeah.
it's how it is every time. So it was just funny because like people tripped out over it, but it was like that's my show, you know. It's just funny because it shows you how people say the world is so small, but it's so big because it's even we got thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, even maybe millions screaming for you. There's still so many more who don't know shit about what's going on, you know. Like, and that's proof with how people react to Bad Bunny numbers and that tour he just did, and how people like, what the fuck? It's like you got so many people who don't even know one thing about Bad Bunny, and he pulling in the biggest touring numbers of all time, you know. So it's just, it all shows you like, man, you could live a life and do something that and the world and not even know, you know. So much in the world going on that we don't know about at this moment, you know. Like, I don't know, I'm getting too deep, but yeah, man, it's the world is big, you know, and it always comforted me and made me understand that there is a place for everyone. You know, like I don't have to make the music that the people who watch this listen to. I don't have to make music. I like, it's music for everyone, you know. And and that's what I always tell up and coming artists. Like, there's always, if you do it the right way and true to yourself, there will always be a fan for you. Yeah, because there's so many people. Music just can stretch so many years.
Right.
Yeah. So don't ever worry about trying to please that one person who didn't like it, because there's always going to be two or maybe even three who do and appreciate you for being you.
But do you think it is almost like, because again, you came in again, like you say, it's almost like you was one of the most criticized or
No, I was
scrutinized.
not one of the, I was the most. No one could defend that. Like, I was the. I was most criticized for no reason.
Yeah.
It's not like I was on the internet saying fuck certain niggas or being goofy or doing any kind of weird shit on Instagram. It was just, I just took the hate, you know? It was just cuz, but
overcame it.
oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, I don't know, you know, it's still rather new. We don't know yet. but it feels like we're getting somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. We have to see. I might have to test it doing another summer jam. My first summer jam was, oh my God, that was one of the scariest moments ever. It was intimidating.
Oh, in New York?
Yeah, that crowd, it was like, they was staring at me. It was tough.
Yeah.
We probably never do that again.
We're gonna find a ways more success, man. We're gonna change up the game, man. Change up the narrative.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, we're just gonna keep living, you know, and keep doing whatever inspires us. That's how I live. I'm doing whatever inspires me. I don't know if it's rap, you know. I don't know if it's another rock album. I don't know. I might fuck on dance music. I don't know. You know, I don't know. Whatever inspires me next, you know.
Why is music still such a passion? I know you love fashion, you love clothes and stuff like that, but why do you think music is still such a passion for you?
Just to be honest, it's all I do. I'm in the club, we're out.
You don't
I
drink,
like
smoke.
Yeah, I like girls, clothes, and music, and movies, and my daughter, and my mother. You know what I'm saying? My friends. You know, that's all I do. Those things, that's all I do. You know what I'm saying? That's all I care about. For real. My friends, my family, these beautiful women walking on planet Earth. Yeah. And the shit that go in your ear. You know what I'm saying? Music, sonic, that's all I care about. And visuals. I love to watch shit. I like to read, like, not read, but like, I want to get into reading, but I'm not a big reader. But I like to like just see art, you know, and just making an interpretation of what that is. And I love to have real conversations with people. I love to know more about people and what people think and what they're going through and what they're dealing with and what makes them happy or whatnot. Because it's just so many people are so different. It's so crazy. As an artist, you travel and you meet millions of people and just women and men and all kind of people. And everyone is so different. Everyone going through but then we all have certain things in common.
Absolutely.
Like all of us, you know, like
Absolutely.
we all have common like life, you know, whether
I
it's
feel
a
like we
problem.
couldn't even have this conversation until this point in our lives, right? All of us,
Absolutely.
right? That's free.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
You know?
And it's crazy, you know, you meet people at the top and you meet people down below and we all still have the same problems.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know, I'm just living, man. And music is my life. So it's gonna always inspire me and until it doesn't, you know. But I don't see that being anytime soon. But it's just all I do. It's like my passion. And fuck money. It's like I genuinely don't do anything else, you know. Like if we took away music that come out, vocal cords like went bad, got fit, I'd have nothing to do with play video games. You know what I'm saying? And text, I'd just be texting bitches if it came out. You know what I'm saying? But like,
he's trying to settle down too, B-Dot. He's trying to settle down too.
For real, but that's not easy.
Yeah.
Not in this industry.
Well,
I see you've settled. You've all the way down.
I'm OG'd out, man.
I respect it.
B-Dot is, he got a daughter like yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hasn't settled down.
Well, it's been nice
So you
talking
guys
to you,
like
Lil
daughter-
Yachty. We gotta go. It's been really fun.
One daughter, no wife.
For sure.
Well, we'll start here.
We'll stop here.
We'll stop here.
That's
Now,
real.
make sure you check out Let's Start Here from Lil Yachty, man. Thank you, brother.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you, bro. Thank you for inviting us
Love.
here.
Yes, sir.
Yachty
Location,
Estates.
Yachty Estates, brother.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that was
Appreciate you.
hilarious.
Wrap it up podcast. Yeah.